Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I want to begin by telling you something that might surprise you, something that might even lift a little weight from your shoulders as you lie there in the warm dark. You do not need to learn all of English. You never did. There are hundreds of thousands of words in the English language, and it can feel some days like a mountain far too tall to ever climb. But the truth is much gentler than that, and much kinder, and tonight I want to share it with you. The truth is that a very small number of words do almost all of the work. When people speak English, in their homes, in their offices, on the street, in the shops of London, they use the same few hundred words again and again, all day long. These common words are the ones that carry nearly every ordinary conversation. And if you know them well, if they live inside you softly and come to you without effort, then you can understand and be understood in almost any everyday situation. So tonight, we are going to spend some quiet time with these words. The most useful words in all of English. The words for people and things and actions and feelings. The small words that hold sentences together, and the warm words that carry meaning from one heart to another. I will give them to you gently, one group at a time, always inside real sentences, so that you hear them the way they truly live, doing their quiet work in the flow of ordinary speech. And you do not have to study any of this. Please, let that thought go completely. You do not have to try, or concentrate, or remember. This is not a lesson that asks anything of you. It is simply a soft river of the most common English words, flowing past you as you rest, settling into you quietly while your body grows heavy and your mind grows calm. Some of these words you will already know well, and hearing them will feel like meeting old friends. Others will settle a little deeper tonight, worn a little smoother, made a little more your own. So make yourself comfortable now, and let your head sink into the pillow, and let your shoulders soften and drop away from your ears. Let your hands grow heavy and still. Take one slow breath in, all the way down, and then let it go, slowly, releasing the whole long day as it leaves you. There is nothing to do now but listen and drift, and let these gentle, useful words move through you like warm water. So close your eyes, and let us begin softly together. Let me tell you a little more about why these few words are so powerful, because when you understand it, you can relax and trust the gentle path we are walking. Imagine a busy morning in a London cafe. People are ordering their coffee and talking about the weather and asking each other how the weekend was and telling small stories about their families and their work. If you listened closely to all of it, you would notice something lovely. Almost every sentence is built from the same small set of ordinary words. Words like thee, and, is, have, and go. Words like time, day, people, and thing. Words like good and want and know and feel. These few hundred words appear over and over, in sentence after sentence, because they are the words that describe the ordinary business of being alive. The rarer words, the long and difficult ones, are like special guests who appear only now and then, for particular occasions. But these common words are the family who live in the house every day. They cook the meals, and open the doors, and carry on the endless small conversations of daily life. And because they do so much of the work, learning them well gives you far more than their small number would suggest. A few hundred familiar words can unlock the great majority of everyday English, and that is a wonderful, encouraging thing to know. So please, let go of the fear that you must learn everything. You do not. You only need to grow comfortable and easy and warm with these common words until they come to you softly, without translation, without effort, the way your own hand comes to you when you reach for something. And that is exactly what we are doing tonight, gently as you rest. We are spending time with the words that matter most, letting them settle deeper into the quiet places of your mind, where they will wait for you, ready, whenever you need them. Let us begin with the smallest words of all, the quiet workers that hold every sentence together. These words carry very little meaning on their own, and yet without them, nothing in English would fit together at all. They are the soft joints and hinges of the language, and you use them in almost every breath. There is the little word "the," which we place before things we both already know about, as when you say the door was open, or the sun came up over the city, or the tea is still warm in the pot. And there is its gentle cousin, the word "a," which we use for something new, something not yet known, as when you say a bird landed on the fence, or I had a lovely idea, or she works in a small shop near the station. These two tiny words, "the" and "a," appear more often than any others in all of English, quietly doing their work at the front of countless sentences. Then there is the word "and," which joins things warmly together, as when you speak of bread and butter, or you and me, or a long walk and a good rest afterward. And there is the word "but," which turns a sentence gently in another direction, as when you say I was tired, but I was happy, or the day was cold, but the sun was bright. There is the word "or," which offers a choice, as when you ask, would you like tea or coffee, or wonder whether to stay or to go. We lean, too, on the small words that show where things are and how they connect. The word of ties things to one another, as in a cup of tea, or the end of the day, or one of my friends. The word to points toward something, as when you go to work, or give a gift to someone you love, or listen to a gentle voice in the dark. The word "in" holds things inside, as in the keys are in my bag, or we live in a quiet street, or I will see you in the morning. And the word "on" rests things upon a surface, as when the book is on the table, or you catch a train on Monday, or a picture hangs on the wall. There are more of these soft connectors, and you will meet them all the time. The word with keeps company, as in a coffee with milk, or come with me, or a house with a green door. The word for shows purpose or gift, as in this is for you, or we waited for the bus, or thank you for your kindness. The word "at" marks a place or a time, as in meet me at the station, or she smiled at me, or we arrived at 6. And the word from shows a beginning or a source, as in a letter from a friend, or the train from London, or I come from a small town far away. Let these little words drift through you now, softly, without effort. You will never need to think about them, and that is exactly the point. They are meant to be invisible, holding everything together while your attention rests on the meaning. And already, without trying, you know almost all of them by heart. Now let us turn to the warm little words we use for people, the words that let us speak of ourselves and of each other and of everyone around us. These are among the most common words in the whole language because nearly everything we say is about someone. There is the word "I," which is how you speak of yourself, as when you say, I am tired tonight, or I would love a cup of tea, or I have had a long and busy day. And there is the word "you," which is how you speak to the person in front of you, the warmest and most direct of all these words, as when you ask, how are you? Or say, I am so glad to see you, or tell someone you did really well today. Between these two small words, I and you, so much of every conversation flows back and forth, like a gentle ball passed warmly between two people. When we speak of a man or a boy, we use the word he, as when you say he is a kind man, or he works at the bank near the river, or he called me this morning. When we speak of a woman or a girl, we use the word she, as when you say she is my sister, or she lives in a flat in Camden, or she always knows just what to say. And when we speak of a thing rather than a person, we use the word it, as when you say it is raining again, or it was a lovely evening, or the soup is hot, be careful with it. When we speak of ourselves together with others, we use the word we, as when you say we went for a walk in the park, or we are having friends over for dinner, or we should do this again soon. When we speak of more than one other person or thing, we use the word they, as when you say they are very kind people, or they moved to London last year, or the shops close early, so they will not be open now. And there are the gentle partners of these words, the ones we use when the person is on the receiving end of something. We say, give it to me, and I will help you. And I saw him yesterday, and please tell her I said hello, and come with us, and I will call them tomorrow. You use these small words, me and you, him and her, us and them, without ever pausing to think, because they are woven so deeply into the fabric of every ordinary sentence. And when something belongs to someone, we have soft words for that too. There is my, as in my home, or my family, or my dear old friend. There is your, as in your coat, or your idea, or your kind words. There is his and her, as in his car and her garden. There is our, as in our little house, and their, as in their children. All of these belong to the small, warm family of words we use to speak of people and of what is theirs, and you already carry every one of them easily inside you. Now we come to the single most important word in all of English, the verb to be. It appears more often than almost any other word, and it takes several gentle shapes depending on who is speaking. Let us meet those shapes now, softly, inside real sentences, so they feel natural and easy. When you speak of yourself, you use the word am, as when you say, I am here, or I am so tired tonight, or I am really happy to see you. When you speak of yourself or others in the present, you use is and are. You say she is kind, and the weather is lovely, and it is getting late, using is for one person or one thing. And you say you are welcome, and they are my friends, and we are almost home, using are for you, and for more than one. This little verb also carries us into the past, into the things that have already happened. For that, we use was and were. You might say I was tired last night, or the film was wonderful, or the shop was closed when I arrived, using was for one. And you might say we were so happy, or they were very kind to me, or you were right all along, using were for more than one, and for you. So much of English rests upon this one small verb. We use it to say what things are, as in the sky is blue, and to say how we feel, as in I am so grateful, and to say where things are, as in the keys are on the table. We use it to describe people, as in he is a good man, and to speak of the weather, as in it is raining, and to tell the time, as in it is nearly midnight. Let these gentle shapes, am and is and are, was and were, drift through you now, for you already use them 1,000 times a day without ever pausing to notice. Now let us gather some of the most useful action words in the language, the verbs that describe the ordinary things we do all day long. These few verbs carry an enormous amount of everyday meaning, and you will reach for them constantly, so let us spend a gentle while with each one. There is the verb to have, which we use for the things we own, and the things that belong to our lives, as when you say, I have a small house, or she has 2 children, or we had a lovely time. This verb also helps us speak of the past in another way, as when you say, I have finished my work, or they have gone home already, or have you eaten yet? It is one of the busiest verbs in all of English, working quietly in sentence after sentence. There is the verb to do, which stands in for almost any action, as when you ask, what do you do for work? Or say, I did not know that, or wonder what shall we do this weekend. It also helps us ask questions and say no, as when you ask, do you like it here? Or say, I do not think so, and in this way it works quietly behind countless everyday sentences. There is the verb to go, one of the first words any learner meets, which carries us from one place to another, as when you say, I go to work each morning, or we went to the seaside, or she has gone to the shops. And there is its warm companion, the verb to come, which brings things and people toward us, as when you say, please come in, or he came home late, or the good weather is finally coming. There is the verb to get, which is perhaps the most flexible verb in all of English, used in more ways than almost any other. You get a letter when it arrives. You get tired at the end of the day. You get to work by train. You get better after being unwell. And you get on well with the people you like. It slips into so many corners of daily speech that once you are comfortable with it, whole conversations open up to you. There is the verb to make, which we use for creating and building things, as when you make a cup of tea, or make a plan, or make someone happy. And there is the verb to take, which we use for carrying and choosing and receiving, as when you take an umbrella with you, or take the train into the city, or take a moment to rest. These 2 verbs, make and take, appear everywhere, in the kitchen and the office and the ordinary flow of the day. Let all of these settle now, softly, without effort. To have and to do, to go and to come, to get and to make and to take. You have used every one of them today already, more times than you could ever count, and tonight they settle a little deeper still. Let us continue, gently, with more of the verbs that fill our daily speech, the words for wanting and knowing and feeling, the quiet verbs of the heart and mind. There is the verb to want, which speaks of our wishes and desires, as when you say, I want to rest, or she wants to learn English, or do you want a cup of tea? And close beside it is the verb to need, which speaks of what we truly must have, as when you say, I need some sleep, or we need to talk, or you need to look after yourself. Between wanting and needing, we describe so much of what moves us through our days. There is the gentle verb to like, which carries our small warm pleasures, as when you say, I like this song, or she likes walking in the rain, or I really like that little cafe. And there is the deeper verb to love, for the things and people who fill our hearts, as when you say, I love you, or he loves the sea, or I would love to see you again. There is the verb to know, which holds all that we understand and are sure of, as when you say, I know the way, or I do not know his name, or you know how it is. And there is its thoughtful companion, the verb to think, which holds our quiet opinions and reflections, as when you say, I think it will rain, or what do you think, or I was just thinking about you. There is the soft verb to feel, which carries our emotions and our senses, as when you say, I feel tired, or she feels much better today, or I feel that everything will be all right. And there is the verb to say, and its close friend, the verb to tell, which carry our words to one another, as when you say, what did you say? Or he told me a wonderful story, or please tell me all about it. And there is the useful verb to ask, which we use both for questions and for requests, as when you say, "May I ask you something?" or "She asked me to help her," or "I will ask him tomorrow." All of these verbs, to want and to need, to like and to love, to know and to think and to feel, to say and to tell and to ask, are the gentle machinery of ordinary conversation, and you carry every one of them easily within you. Let us gather a few more of the everyday verbs, the ones that describe looking and finding, giving and helping, working and trying, so that your collection grows fuller and richer as you rest. There is the verb to see, which is how we take in the world with our eyes, as when you say, "I see what you mean," or "Did you see that?" or "It was lovely to see you." And there is the verb to look, which is how we turn our attention towards something, as when you say, "Look at the moon," or "She looked so happy," or "You look tired. Why not rest?" Close by is the verb to watch, for when we look with care over time, as when you watch the rain, or watch the children play, or watch a film in the evening. There is the verb to find, for the things we discover or come upon, as when you say, "I found my keys," or "She found a lovely flat," or "I find this very relaxing." And there is the verb to give, one of the warmest verbs of all, as when you say, "Give it to me," or "He gave her some flowers," or "Please give my love to your family." There is the practical verb to put, for placing things, as when you say, "Put it on the table," or "I put the kettle on," or "She put on her coat and went out." There is the kind verb to help, for all the ways we lend a hand, as when you say, "Can I help you?" or "Thank you for helping me," or "She helped me carry the bags." And there is the verb to work, for our labor and our efforts, as when you say, "I work in the city," or "The plan worked well," or "Let us work on it together." There is the verb to use, for the things we put to purpose, as when you say, "May I use your phone?" or "She uses the bus every day," or "This is easy to use." There are the gentle verbs to keep and to let, as when you say, "Keep it safe," or "Let me help you," or "Let us not worry about it tonight." And there are the verbs of beginning and ending, to start and to stop, as when you say, "Let us start now," or "The rain has stopped," or "I could not stop laughing." And there is the brave little verb to try, for all our gentle efforts, as when you say, "I will try my best," or "Just try to relax," or "She tried very hard." With these verbs added to the ones we have already gathered, you now hold a great many of the most common action words in all of English, and you carry them lightly, as if they had always been yours. Now let us turn to the naming words, the nouns, the words for the people and things that fill our world. And we will begin with the words for people and family and the shape of a human life, for these are among the most common and most tender words in the whole language. We speak often of a person and of many people, as when you say, "She is a lovely person," or "The streets were full of people," or "People are usually kind to someone who is new." We speak of a man and a woman, as when you say, "A man was waiting at the door," or "A kind woman helped me find my way." And we speak of a child and of children, as when you say, "She has one child," or "The children were playing in the garden," or "I loved that book as a child." The words of family are close to every heart. There is mother and father, the ones who raised us, and there is the warmer, softer mum and dad that people use at home, as when you say, "I called my mum," or "My dad taught me to ride a bike." There is sister and brother, and son and daughter, and there is the gentle word friend, one of the most beautiful words in the language, as when you say, "She is a dear friend," or "I am meeting a friend for coffee," or "You have been such a good friend to me." We measure out our lives in time, and the words for time are everywhere. We speak of a day and the many days of our lives, as when you say, "What a lovely day," or "I will see you in a few days," or "Every day feels a little easier." We speak of the week and the month and the year, as when you say it has been a long week, or she is coming next month, or we have known each other for many years. And we speak of the great sweep of it all, of time itself, and of life, as when you say we had a wonderful time, or take your time, or life is full of small good things. We speak, too, of the parts of the day. There is the morning, when the light returns and the day begins, and there is the afternoon, the long, soft middle of the day, and there is the evening, when the light grows golden, and the day begins to rest, and there is the night, the quiet dark in which you lie now, drifting toward sleep. And we mark our place in time with the words today, and tomorrow, and yesterday, as when you say, "I am tired today," or "We will talk tomorrow," or "Yesterday was such a good day." Let all of these warm human words settle into you now. The words for people and family and friends, the words for the days and weeks and years of a life, the words for morning and evening and the gentle passing of time. They are the words we use to speak of everything that matters most, and they live already, softly, within you. Now let us gather the words for places and for the ordinary things that fill our days, so that your quiet collection grows richer still. We speak of the place where we live, of home, one of the warmest words in all of English, as when you say, "I am going home," or "Make yourself at home," or "There is no place like home." We speak of the house it stands in, and the rooms inside it, as when you say, "A little house near the park," or "She went into the other room," or "My favorite room is the kitchen." And we name those rooms with gentle everyday words. The kitchen where we cook, the bedroom where we rest, the door we open and close, the window we look out of, the bed in which you lie now, soft and warm. We speak of the wider places of the world, of the town and the city where we live and work, as when you say, "I love this city," or "We drove into town," or "London is a busy place." We speak of the country, both the nation we come from and the green land beyond the city, as when you say, "I come from another country," or "We went for a walk in the country." And we speak of a place itself, that most useful of words, as when you say, "What a lovely place," or "Let us find a quiet place to sit," or "This place feels like home now." We name the ordinary objects of daily life with simple, common words. There is water, the thing we drink and wash in, that falls as rain and fills the rivers and the sea. There is food, and the meals we share, and there is money, which we earn at our work and spend in the shops. There is the car we drive, and the train and the bus we ride, and there is the book we read in a quiet evening, and the phone we hold in our hands, and the letter that arrives from a far-off friend. And there are the wonderfully useful words that name almost anything at all. There is the word thing itself, which stands in for any object we cannot name, as when you say, "What is that thing?" or "The funny thing is," or "I have a few things to do." There is the word way, which speaks both of paths and of methods, as when you say, "Which way is the station?" or "That is a good way to learn," or "I like the way you did that." And there is the word part, for a piece of a larger whole, as when you say "the best part of the day," or "I only saw part of it," or "You are a part of this now." Let all of these settle, softly, the word for home, and house, and room, the words for the city and the country and the wider world, the words for water and food and money and all the small things of daily life. They are the furniture of every ordinary sentence, and you already know your way among them, easily in the dark. Now let us gather the describing words, the adjectives, the words that tell us how things are, what they are like, how they look and feel. These words add all the color and warmth to our speech, and a small handful of them appear again and again in daily life. Above all others stands the word good, perhaps the most useful describing word in the language, as when you say, "That is a good idea," or "She is a good friend," or "Have a good evening." And close beside it is its gentle opposite, the word bad, as when you say it was a bad day, or the weather is bad tonight, or that is not so bad after all. Near these live the warmer words better and best, as when you say I feel much better, or this is the best tea I have ever had. We speak often of size, using the words big and small, as when you say a big city, or a small quiet town, or she has a big heart. We speak of the words large and little too, as when you say a large room, or a little house, or wait just a little while. And we speak of age and newness, with the words new and old, as when you say a new job, or my old friend, or I bought a new coat. We describe the warmth and the chill of the world with lovely simple words. There is hot and cold, as when you say a hot cup of tea, or a cold winter morning. There is the gentle word warm, one of the coziest words in the language, as when you say a warm blanket, or a warm welcome, or her warm and kindly smile. Tonight, as you lie there, you are warm and safe and calm. We describe how things feel to do, with the words easy and hard, as when you say it is easy once you know how, or it was a hard day, or do not be too hard on yourself. And we describe how we feel inside, with the tender words happy and sad, as when you say, I am so happy for you, or she seemed a little sad today, or a happy ending to a lovely day. There are the warm words of kindness and beauty, the word nice, as in a nice cup of tea and a nice long chat, and the word kind, as in you are so kind, and the word lovely, which people in England use for almost every good thing, as in a lovely morning, a lovely idea, and a lovely person. And there is the word beautiful, for the things that fill us with quiet wonder, as when you say a beautiful sunset, or a beautiful old song, or what a beautiful thing to say. Let all these describing words settle now, gently. Good and bad, big and small, new and old, hot and cold and warm, easy and hard, happy and sad, nice and kind and lovely and beautiful. With these few soft words, you can describe almost everything in your ordinary world, and they come to you now easily, without effort, as you drift. Let us gather a few more of these describing words, for they are so useful, and they settle so gently into a resting mind. We speak of amounts and wholeness with the words more and most, and all and some, as when you say, I would like some more tea, or most people are kind, or I have some good news, or that is all for today. We speak of length and height with the words long and short, and high and low, as when you say a long walk, or a short rest, or a high window, or speak in a low soft voice. We describe how fast or slow things move with the words quick and slow, as when you say a quick cup of coffee, or take it slow, or she is a slow and careful worker. We describe fullness and emptiness with the words full and empty, as when you say the room was full, or the cup is empty, or I feel full of hope tonight. And we describe how sure or ready we are with the words sure and ready, as when you say, I am not sure, or are you ready, or I am ready to rest now. There are the calm and quiet words that suit this gentle hour so well. There is the word quiet itself, as in a quiet street and a quiet evening. There is the word calm, as in a calm and peaceful night. There is the word soft, as in a soft pillow and a soft voice. And the word gentle, as in a gentle rain and a gentle friend. And there is the word tired, which perhaps you feel now, as in, I am so tired, and its restful cousin, the word sleepy, as your eyes grow heavy in the dark. We describe truth and rightness with the words right and wrong, and true and real, as when you say you are quite right, or I took a wrong turn, or is that true, or it felt so real. And we speak of freedom and safety with the words free and safe, as when you say I am free this weekend, or get home safe, or you are safe here now. Let all of these final describing words drift through you softly. More and most, long and short, quick and slow, full and empty, quiet and calm and soft and gentle, tired and sleepy, right and true and real, free and safe. You are safe now, and calm now, and growing sleepy now, wrapped in these gentle words as in a warm blanket. Now let us gather the little words that shape and color our sentences, the words that tell us when and where and how much. These small words appear in nearly every sentence you speak, softening and sharpening your meaning as they go. We speak of time with the gentle words now and then, as when you say, I am resting now, or we can talk then, or now and then I think of you. We speak of soon and later, as when you say, I will see you soon, or we can do it later, or the morning will come soon enough. And we speak of already and still and yet, as when you say, I have already eaten, or she is still asleep, or I have not finished yet. We speak of place with the small words here and there, as when you say, come and sit here, or I will meet you there, or here we are at last. We speak of up and down, and in and out, as when you say the sun is up, or sit down and rest, or come in out of the cold. And we speak of near and far, as when you say the shop is near, or it is not far now, or a friend from far away. We shape how much and how strongly we mean things with the small words very and so and too, as when you say, I am very tired, or you are so kind, or it is too cold to go out. We use the words just and only, as when you say, I just wanted to say hello, or it is only me, or just a little longer now. And we use the gentle word quite, which the English love, as in quite lovely, and quite right, and quite tired now. We speak of how often things happen with a soft handful of words. There is always, for the things that never change, as in, I always feel calm here. There is never, for the things that do not happen, as in, I never knew that. There is sometimes, and often, and usually, as when you say, I sometimes walk by the river, or we often meet for coffee, or I usually sleep well. And there is again, for the things that return, as when you say, let us do this again, or the rain has come again, or tell me that again. And there are the small warm words we lean on all the time. There is also and too for adding things, as in, I would like some tea, and a biscuit too, and she is coming also. There is, well, that soft and useful word, as in, well, let me think, and I slept well, and you did that very well. And there are the gentle words of uncertainty and hope, maybe, and perhaps, and probably, as when you say, maybe tomorrow, or perhaps you are right, or I will probably rest early tonight. Let all these small shaping words drift through you now. Now and then, here and there, up and down, very and so and too, always and never, and sometimes, again and also and well. They are the quiet spice of every sentence, and you use them without a thought, softly, all day long. Now let us gather the words we use to ask, the question words, for questions open every conversation and carry our curiosity out into the world. There are only a small handful of them, and you know them all already, but let us spend a gentle moment with each. There is the word who, which asks about people, as when you say, "Who is that?" or "Who told you?" or "Who would like some tea?" There is the word what, which asks about things, as when you say, "What is that?" or "What do you think?" or "What a lovely surprise." There is the word where, which asks about places, as when you say, "Where are you?" or "Where shall we meet?" or "Where did you put my keys?" There is the word when, which asks about time, as when you say, "When are you coming?" or "When did that happen?" or "When you are ready, we can begin." There is the word why, which asks about reasons, as when you say, "Why is that?" or "Why not?" or "I wonder why." And there is the word which asks us to choose, as when you say, "Which one would you like?" or "Which way is the station?" or "Which do you prefer?" And there is the wonderfully useful word how, which asks about the manner and measure of things, and appears in so many warm everyday questions. You say, "How are you?" and "How was your day?" and "How lovely?" and "How do you do this?" and "How long will it take?" and "How far is it?" This one small word opens more gentle conversations than almost any other, from the first warm, "How are you?" of the morning, to the soft, "How did you sleep?" of a new day. Let these question words settle now, softly. Who and what and where, when and why and which, and the ever useful how. With these few words, you can ask about anything at all, about people and things, about places and times, about reasons and choices and the how of everything under the sun. And they come to you now easily, without effort, as familiar as your own breath. Now let us spend a gentle while with the numbers and the words of counting and measuring, for these too are among the most common words in daily life, appearing whenever we speak of time, or price, or quantity. We count with the soft, familiar words 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and 9 and 10. You use them all the time when you say, "I have 2 children," or "Give me 5 minutes," or "It is nearly 10 o'clock," or "There were 3 of us at dinner," and we climb higher with the words 20 and 50 and 100 and 1,000, as when you say it cost £20, or there were 100 people there, or 1,000 thanks for your kindness. We mark our place in a sequence with the ordering words, first and second and third, and next and last, as when you say the first time we met, or my second cup of tea, or the last train home, or what shall we do next? And we speak of amounts in gentler ways too, with the words many and few, and much and little, as when you say many years ago, or a few good friends, or not much longer now, or just a little more rest. We speak of wholeness, and halves and parts, with the words all and half and both, as when you say all day long, or half an hour, or both of us agreed, or all is well now. And we use the small counting companions, the words each and every and some and any, as when you say each morning, or every day, or some of the time, or is there any tea left? Let all these words of counting and measuring drift softly through you. The numbers from 1 to 10 and beyond, the ordering words first and next and last, the gentle amounts of many and few and much and little, the wholeness of all and half and both. You have used them countless times today, and they settle now a little deeper, quiet and ready, as you rest. Now here is something lovely. and I want you to simply notice it, softly as you rest. All those small common words we have gathered tonight are not meant to stand alone. They are meant to flow together, to join hands and build the sentences of ordinary life. And when they do, you see just how much you can say with so few words. Listen to how these familiar words build a whole warm morning. You wake, and you think it is a lovely day, and you go to the kitchen and make a cup of tea, and you sit by the window and watch the light come up over the city. Every single word in that little scene came from the common words we have gathered tonight, and yet together they paint a whole gentle moment of a life. Listen to how they build a warm conversation. A friend says, "How are you?" And you say, "I am well, thank you." And you ask, "How was your weekend?" And she says, "It was lovely. We went to the sea." You say, "Oh, how nice. I would love to go there again soon." And once more, every word is one of the common, everyday words, and yet together they carry all the warmth of two friends who are glad to see each other. This is the quiet secret of the language, the thing I wanted you to feel tonight. You do not need rare or difficult words to live a full and warm life in English. You need these common words, deep in your bones, coming to you easily, joining together softly into the sentences of ordinary days. With them you can greet a friend, and order a meal, and ask for help, and tell a story, and say goodnight to someone you love. And you have them. You have almost all of them already. Tonight, they have simply settled a little deeper, worn a little smoother, grown a little more your own. So let go of any worry that you do not know enough. You know so much more than you think. The words that matter most are already inside you, waiting, ready, warm. Now, as you grow heavier and softer, let us simply let some of these gentle words flow past you once more, woven into their easy sentences, asking nothing of you at all. There is no need to hold on to any of them. Let them drift through you like leaves on quiet water, and settle wherever they wish to go. You already know how to say that you are tired, and that you would like to rest, and that it has been a long day, and that the bed is warm and soft. You already know how to say good morning, and good night, and thank you, and I am so glad to see you, and see you tomorrow. You already know how to ask how someone is, and where they have been, and what they think, and whether they would like a cup of tea. You already know the words for the people you love, for mother and father and friend, for the days and the weeks and the years of a life. You know the words for home, and for the warm rooms inside it, for the city and the country and the wide green world beyond. You know the words for good and bad, for big and small, for warm and soft and quiet and calm. You know the small words that hold it all together, the and a, of and to, and but, here and there, now and then. All of it is inside you now, settling deeper as you rest, growing quieter and more your own with every slow breath. You do not have to gather it, or hold it, or keep it. It will stay of its own accord, in the deep, quiet places of your mind, and it will come to you when you need it, easily, as if it had always been there, because it has. It was always there. Tonight we only visited it, gently, and let it grow a little warmer. And now, our gentle time together comes to its soft and quiet end. There is nothing left to do now but rest, and let go, and drift down into sleep. Let your body grow heavy now, all the way through. Let your arms grow soft and still, and let your legs grow heavy, and let your whole body sink gently into the warmth of your bed. Take one slow breath in, all the way down, and let it go, slowly, releasing the last of the day as it leaves you. There is nothing to remember tonight and nothing to hold on to. All those good and useful words have settled into you already, quietly, while you rested, and they will keep, safe and warm, in the deep places of your mind. You do not need to reach for them. You never did. They will simply be there, in the morning, and in all the mornings to come, a little easier, a little warmer, a little more your own. Think, if you like, as you drift, of how much you truly know. Not the rare words, not the difficult ones, but the good, warm, common words that carry a whole life. The words for the people you love, and the small pleasures of your days, and the gentle business of being alive. You have them all, softly, within you. You are richer in this language than you ever believed. Let your thoughts grow slow now and soft and quiet. Let them drift away, gently, like small clouds crossing a wide and peaceful sky. Feel how heavy you are and how warm and how safe. There is nothing to worry about tonight, nothing to prove, nothing at all to do, but rest here in the quiet dark and let the gentle words carry you down into sleep. And if you are still awake, that is all right too. These soft words will begin again and flow past you once more, as many times as you like, all through the peaceful night. There is no hurry here, and there is all the time in the world. So rest now and sleep now and let go completely. You know so much more than you think. You are closer than you know. And the words are yours, all of them, waiting gently for the morning. Sleep well, dear friend. Rest deeply and dream softly in English.